What's up, guys? Me and Jeff, we just figured we'd come out here and talk to y'all about the market and what's happening. And, we got sellers that's been hanging on for the last 60, 90 days, wondering what's happening. We got buyers out there thinking that maybe they can start poking their head up. And we got interest rates, seem like they've been coming down here lately. A little bit.
Holding steady, right?
They're in the sixes. It's better than the sevens. But we got sellers out here wondering why their homes aren't going.
Well, this is a market that is that's like we've not seen, right? Typically, rates go up, values go down.
Correct.
But they're holding steady. Inventory's still low.
And actually, the market here in Middle Tennessee, our values are still going up. Right? We're still increasing. I think it's set at a 6% rate year over year. So values aren't coming down.
Well, you're in the market too, where sellers are offering closing costs, right?
Correct.
Sellers, but there again, you go to sell a home, you got to buy a home.
That's right.
You're selling a home at 3% rate, then you're buying a new home at 6.5% rate. That's a little payment shop.
Well, that, and I don't know that everybody that had a 3% rate selling just yet. I think it's, but still, yes, you go from a 4 to a 6, 6.5, 7. That's a big jump. Actually, we had a client a couple months ago that did that jump, and we managed to get his payment still about the same.
Well, it's just,
He did put some more money down and help buy that rate down, and, it can happen. It doesn't happen very often. But, yeah, I feel like our buyers feel like they've been beat up for the last little bit.
Well, you got to also think, too, we're just coming off the holidays.
Correct.
Right? So you're going into the first quarter, feds are still out there saying, hey, inflation's too high, rates are possibly going to go up.
Yep.
You still have the option to buy your rate down, 2-1, 3-1 buy down. That'll help you get into the home with the cheaper payment, that kind of thing.
So what is the 2-1, 3-1 buy down?
So basically what that is, if the going interest rate right now is 7%, if you do a 2-1, then you get a 5% starting rate. Then next year go to 6, and then you cap at 7, whatever the market rate is. Same with the 3-1, right? Interest rate's 3% less, goes up once a year till you cap out. So,
or can you lock it in during those times? So maybe it drops to a 4, and you're like, hey, I don't want to keep running this risk, and can you lock it in? No. It was worth a shot.
Yeah. So, a product, that may hit the market before long, there's no appetite for it yet, is, the 3, 5, 7, 10-year ARMs.
Correct, and those are adjustable rate mortgages.
Right. A lot of people are scared of adjustable rate, but there's two types. You got the conventional, which is tied to the LIBOR European index, and then you have FHA/VA that's tied to the security mortgage-backed bonds, right? So
correct.
You don't have that adjustment. So that's still talked to a client today that I did a 5-1 FHA ARM with 10 years ago.
Oh wow.
Her rate has never went up. So you've got to know and understand it, and it's the fear, right?
Right.
Fear of not knowing. So, you got to get with a lender that knows how to do them, that understands them, because at the end of the day, it becomes a math. It's numbers game.
That's right.
You do a 30-year fixed versus a 5-1 ARM with a 2% lower rate, 5 years, where you're at. How much cash do you have on the ARM versus the amortization on a 30?
Well, it's no different than buying right now at a 6.5% interest rate. In 2 years, the rates come down and you refinance. Even in any of the adjustable rate mortgages, you can refinance at any time and get out. The same thing with the 3-1 or the 2-1 buy downs is, if the interest rates come down in between any of that, you can always refinance.
Well, the ideal now in a higher interest rate market, which, we've seen for years, we ain't seen it for years, is now getting to a house with the values not coming down.
No.
Then you got to figure a way how to get a consumer in with the cheapest payment. And those type of products is what's helping consumers do that, right? In a higher rate environment. Because, at the end of the day, a $400,000 house, which is the average, in Wilson County now, $450,000?
Yeah, that's about right. I would say closer to 400, but yes.
Right. So, $450,000 in Murphy and Rutherford County, so Davidson County, so everything's high right now, so you got to figure out how to get consumers in to get that payment. There will be interest rate reduction coming.
I would,
18 to 24 months.
It's got to at some point.
It's got to, right?
But even now, even at 6.5, that's still below the normal average of what over the life of us keeping interest rates. We're still, even at 6.5, below what the rate has normally been over the times that we've kept.
Yeah, but you also got to keep this in mind too, right? So
the home prices are also higher than they've ever been before too.
And the
so you've got to weigh that too.
Right. So inflation is still high, right? Still
correct.
Have over 7s, right? So ideally, the Fed says unless the inflation rate comes down, they may make another rate increase in February. So, there again, if they increase it 50 basis points, I don't think they're going to do the 75 basis points that they did 6 straight times in a row. Typically, when the Feds raise the rate, they'll raise it 25 basis points, right? So,
right.
But still, 25 basis points can take you from a 6.5 rate to a 6 3/4. 7, depending on it's all, and rates are based on credit score, right?
Correct.
So, depending on the program, depending on the credit score, those kind of things. But at the end of the day, if you can get a 6% rate now, take advantage of it.
That's right.
Because it could be 7 in
February.
Days.
It could be, or March.
Right. So that's kind of where the market's where we're at now. Why sellers are not selling, they're not willing to take a little bit higher rate unless they got a lot of cash. And there again, if you are selling the house right now, you are getting premium dollars.
That's correct.
Right? So, with less inventory.
Yeah. I think that's about it.
I think I'd hit it on the nail.
If you guys have any questions, and let us know what you think. Let us know why you're not buying or selling right now, and reach out to us.
Yeah. Jeff Daniels, 615-779-8926.
I'm Keith. You know how to get in touch with me. I'll talk to y'all later.
See ya.